Great morning, great morning, great morning. Nobody would ever believe what is happening this morning. I don't even know how to share this, but for to say that one, it is a pleasure to be with you this morning. That I can share. The second is to say that this is the craziest morning on record for me. So, with that being said, let's get this party started. I am. I got an incredible bit of news this last night at about 10 p.m. on a project that I have literally been waiting a couple of years to be involved and associated with. And so, as a result, I am actually, I am actually literally in my car standing outside so that I can be with you this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, sometimes what happens, you ever heard that adage that when it comes to a breakfast, that the chicken has delivered the eggs, but the pig is committed. Well, I got news for you. I am committed because I can't believe I'm actually broadcasting the Wealth Warriors in my car in order to make sure that you get to meet the cast this morning. So I want to go ahead and start off by introducing you to our Wealth Warrior Platinum Ambassador, and that is Robin Tennille. Robin, I want you to say a few words, would you please?
Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome. I'm glad to have you here with us today, and I am so excited about the upcoming event and meeting so many of you there. And I'll be meeting Brent for the first time. I'll be meeting Regina and Pamela for the first time. And as your platinum, I'll be working alongside to make sure that your experience with us is an incredible one. This is going to be amazing. With that,
Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'd also like to introduce you to our ambassador, our VIP ambassador, who will provide concierge services for our VIPs, and that is none other than Regina Jones Jenkins. Regina, say a few words. You are now on. We've made it this time.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. You are here live, and we are just so excited about what's going to happen. For those of you who are coming to Massachusetts, what you're going to view is a beautiful, beautiful foliage in the state of Massachusetts at this time of the year. You're going to have the opportunity to walk through something that is actually historical. You will be impressed with what Massachusetts has to offer you, and then you will get the opportunity to be impressed by what is going to happen that day, which is going to be nuggets, 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 nuggets. So have a great day, and let's get this party started, everyone.
Absolutely. I like that. That was very, very well said. Well, today what I'm looking to talk to everybody about is business clarity. Business clarity and how we present in the room. That is very definitely something that's going to be discussed at that event. Before I even share that, let me let you know about the event, when it's happening. We are on 7-day countdown. In 7 days, in fact, next Saturday, we will be at E3PowerUP 2017. There is still time to get tickets, general admission tickets. You can go to www.e3powerup2017.com and you can get your general admission tickets. We want to have you there. This is a conference for women entrepreneurs. Are you an entrepreneur? Have you been in business 2 to 10 years? Are you thinking about being an entrepreneur? I want to share something. The nuggets that we are going to be sharing with you are used not only for your business, they can also be used in life. So whether you are working at a conventional job and you have a career in a job, or whether you are a tax exempt organization, maybe you're the executive director of a tax exempt organization, the nuggets that you have the ability to get will be used as lifetime nuggets. So I want to start out by saying congratulations to everybody that's on the broadcast this morning, that you made it. We made it. I've got to share with you the ladies that are here, Robin Tennille, Pamela Stone, who will be joining us shortly, Regina Jones-Jenkins. They are salt of the earth women. They are part of the cast that you are actually going to meet on Saturday. Each of them has a specific role to make this event amazing for you. And I've got to share something with you. No conference ever gets done, ever occurs without the cast. And speaking of the cast, Pamela Stone, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You know what? We now, please introduce yourself and tell and share with the audience a little bit about you. They've heard from Robin, they have heard from Regina, and now Pamela. The core of the cast is on. Go right ahead, my dear.
Good morning, everyone. Apologize for being a little late here. But my name is Pamela Stone, and I am so excited at the E3PowerUP Media Ambassador. So I get to interview some of you as well as the VIP guests. So I'm really excited. Some people are more excited. I was there last year. So now I get to see how big it is going to be this year. So I'm really excited to report on to you the before and the after. So I look forward to seeing everyone there next weekend. Have a great one, everyone.
I think we're so excited that we actually think it's this week, but it's not. Next week, but you are seeing the cast. You know, one of the things I love about social media is the fact that you can actually, I've got a YouTube going on, I've got a Facebook going on. This is amazing. Let me give a shout out to Betty Speaks. Oh my goodness, I love this woman to death. It is so great to see you. I am excited. Betty Speaks, Betty Speaks, Betty Speaks. She is a longtime friend. And she's showing some love too. That is wonderful. So I want to say it's great to see you. Also, I'm looking real closely. Fred Davis, hey there. By the way, it is a women's conference. We get that. However, gentlemen, if you want to know what a lady is thinking or how she's thinking in business, you still have time to get your tickets also, because it is really focused on women. Let me share something. There is a code. There is a code that men live by when it comes to business, our counterparts. And a lot of us, the ladies, do not know what that code is. Well, I want to share with you at E3PowerUP. We have cracked the code. The code has been cracked. It is wide open, and it's going to be shared with you. Let me give you a little primer, though, about the code. But before I do that, I have some shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Carol Ward from Send Out Notes. It was so fantastic to be with her at her event. I really appreciate the fact that we are working with each other. We're supporting each other. So I was able to physically be at her event, and I really appreciated that. Thank you very much. I want to give a shout out to Chantel Bethea. Chantel will be with us on Saturday. While I wasn't able to be physically at her event, you know what was great was to support it financially. And that is a part of the process too. Physically be at an event, support an event, support each other, because when we support each other, that is how we make significant differences. That is how we grow. So let me also give a shout out to Jennifer, and let me see, Fritas, and I hope I'm saying that right. Notice this, I'm trying to be really cute, so I'm coming in very close. Jennifer, thank you for being with us. I appreciate it. So what I like to do is take a moment to share some business clarity and entering the room. And then I'm going to have our ambassadors share with you their perspective on it as well. So here's something I want you to think through. Clarity. What is your business about? How do you present your business? Suppose that you're doing 2 or 3 different things. How do you present those when you come into the room? You know, one of the things that women oftentimes do is we want to give everybody all of the details about who we are or about what we are doing. And there are times when that's not the best choice. And we say that that's not the best choice because sometimes we confuse people with the facts. We start telling them we do this and we do this and we do this. And many times, most entrepreneurs have at least 3 gigs going at the same time. They've got 3 balls in the air. And when you've got 3 balls in the air, how do you make that clear to somebody? Because oftentimes people want to know that you actually specialize in something, that whatever you're doing, you specialize in. And so as a result of that, when we hit them up with a lot of things going on, they get confused. Oh my goodness. Ms. McLaughlin, wow, I can't believe it. It is so, I am so enthusiastic. See, thank you for the love. Thank you for the thumbs up and the hearts. Oh, Cherie McLaughlin, I haven't talked to you in forever. I know, I started off talking about clarity and then I jumped. See what just happened? I went from one to the other. And when you do that, sometimes people are sitting there going, okay, is she talking to me? Who is she talking to? Business clarity. Who are you in the space of the room as you enter it? I want you to think for a moment. Stand in front of a room. You're getting ready to go into a room. You're going to meet several people. Who are you in the space of that room? Pamela, who are you in the space of the room? You're just entering that room. Who are you going to be in the space of that room on September 30th?
Oh, I'm excited. I am going to be the woman to be helping people to connect with other women, to empower themselves. This is going to be such a phenomenal person. So I'm going to be the connector of the connectors.
The connector. And are you the connector because you chose to be the connector?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Awesome. Because so Pamela says, when I walk into the room, I am going to be the connector. And that's because I choose to be the connector. Who are you going to be when you walk into the room on September 30th?
I am going to be the one that's going to point you in the right direction.
I'm going to
point you in the right direction.
Okay. You are going to point in the right direction. Okay, I've got that. Now let me flip over. Ms. Robin, who are you going to be? Who are you going to be in the space of September 30th?
I'm going to be the orchestrator.
Oh, the orchestrator. I like that title. I am the person that makes the music happen. Is that what you're saying?
I'm going to be the one to make sure that anything that you need, you're connected with the right person. What you need.
At the right time. I like that. I like that very much. David Avery, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's great to have you with us. We are talking to the cast of E3PowerUP2017, who will all be in Boston on September 30th, next week. Next week, we will not have a conventional show, but you'll see us pop in and out throughout the day. What we're talking about this morning is who we are in the space of business clarity. Now, I want to share with you, each one of these ladies has a business. Each one of them has a business. They're entrepreneurs coming to the table. So they have a business, and they've chosen to define themselves when they come in. There's the connector. There is the person that's the pointer. There is the orchestrator. Now, why is this important? And I share with you the reason that it's important is because we oftentimes throw a lot of information at people. And when we throw it at people, they're not sure what exactly we or they want from us. You know, oftentimes what happens is when we put a lot of information in front of people, people shut down. The brain shuts down. On average, whatever we say in those first 6 seconds is what will be the narrative that drives the conversation. What do you think about that, Pamela? That's the narrative that drives the conversation within those first 6 seconds. Why are the first 6 seconds so important?
Because let's be honest, our minds will start shutting down if you don't grab the person's individual's attention within that 6 seconds. You've lost them. And that 6 seconds is the most important part because that's when you can leave your impression on them. Now, after 6 seconds, your mind starts to wander and you've lost them. So that's why it's important for those first 6 seconds.
Point well taken. The therapist here on the broadcast is Regina. Regina, give us a short version now. From a therapeutic point of view, those first 6 seconds, why do you have to grab a person's attention in the first 6 seconds?
The brain processes what the eyes, ears hear. So therefore, you have exactly 6 seconds with which to get that brain so that right where you need them to be. That's understand the brain.
Point well taken. Point very, very well taken. The brain has to connect with the individual. And you know, one of the things that I heard Regina say is the eyes and the ears are the connecting parts. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I see. Okay, I'm sorry I interrupted you. You know, it's interesting because we talk about train the brain, and I've spoken about that previously. How do we train the brain? And in a world where there's so much information, so much dialogue, it's 6 seconds. I mean, that is what's amazing to me is 6 seconds. If we don't capture a person in 6 seconds, their mind has gone elsewhere. Robin, where's your mind at?
You know, I was thinking back to Regina and I totally agree because we live in a society today where everything is quick. You get information quick. You see things and everything. If people have so much, they're trying to cram everything so quickly. That's why you have to get that important information to them as quickly as possible. Because yes, that is correct. Their brain will wander. It will wander. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. You know, as we think about that clarity, we are coming to a Woman Entrepreneurs Conference. We're going to be talking about some phenomenal nuggets that are going to be drivers for us. You know, I heard Dr. Ivan, who is the founder of BNI, I heard him speak at Carol Ward's event. And one of the powerful things in that speaking environment is he talked about the fact that we need to network. So how is that connected with business clarity? One of the things that he talked about in that space of business clarity is about the relationships. Is that, you know, he said, I recall, I think it was him who said, yes, he did. He said that, you know, he did a presentation once. There were 900 people at the presentation. And so one of the things he asked, he says, how many here came to this event because they wanted to sell something? And he said 900 hands went up. Then he said, how many people came here to buy something?
Wow.
Crickets. He said nobody came there to buy anything. And so because of that, they came, Pamela, they were not the connector. They didn't come to connect. They came to sell. So they bypassed you. They bypassed the organizer. They bypassed the orchestrator because they only came there with one mission. And that mission was to actually sell. That's all they wanted to do. So from a clarity point of view, they didn't listen. They only saw, and they only saw the fact that they wanted to sell something. What do you think about that, Pamela? That somebody only came from the space of, I want to sell something.
They missed the mark.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, you have to have, it's just like an equation. You have an A plus a B equals a C. So they missed the mark there, and they missed so big of an opportunity to connect with other people that they left, again, just being shortchanged. They left being shortchanged.
You know, that is true. They actually did get shortchanged. And, you know, you have to say to yourself, I wonder how many people actually sold something that day.
Mhm.
You know, if you stop and you think about it, you look around and you're saying to yourself, holy smokes, all that I got out of this was people came into the room because they wanted to sell something. And they came in with no intention of buying anything. Sell something. So from a business clarity point of view, they didn't get the fact that
Mm-mm.
we need to be building relationships. We need to actually build relationships. And you know what's fascinating about that is in this day and age, it seems to me that people are not really building relationships. Maybe they're deciding, well, I don't have enough time to build a relationship.
Mm.
About the relationship side, is it that we've gotten that far removed that in the space of business we're just diving right in? Is that what's going on with us? Oh,
I
I'm
have
sorry,
to say
Robin,
yes.
that's to you.
Yeah. No,
Whichever one wants to answer that, go right ahead. Whichever one
and,
wants
you
to.
know, and that's the sad thing. Because when it comes to business, you have to build relationships because that's how you work together and collaborate with one another. You can use each other as references for one another to help each other grow as business.
For those of us that are just rejoining the broadcast, you know, one of the challenges that we always have when it comes to live and it comes to feeding off the internet do not work exactly the way that we anticipated. What I want to get across to all of us is in the space of business, clarity, one of the most important pieces of business clarity is that we have to build relationships. And so when we walk in the room, we're not walking in the room always about consent, always about the money side. You know, money will come. And rather than us chasing it, because when we go into a room and if we're not connecting with people, if people are not important to us, then what happens is we're chasing instead of letting it come to us. You know, I had a situation occur that really, and I want to share this with everybody, and I'm going to see if we can get Regina back on. One of the things that happened was I came from the perspective of, how can I support you, or how can I help you with your business? And a woman said, well, I don't know much about your business, so I'm not sure you can help me at all. The beautiful thing about that is that it opens up a door to connect with her. And now I find out, well, what does she actually need? Maybe I can't help her, but I can refer her over to Pamela, or I can refer her over to Regina, or I can refer her over to Robin. But if I haven't heard, I hate to use this term, but it's really graphic, but if I regurgitated on her and just gave her everything that I did without hearing what she was saying, then you know what could happen? I could miss an opportunity to refer her to one of you. Would have missed the whole opportunity. Why? Because I wasn't listening for the cues or the signs. You know, sometimes it's not always about getting all the business ourselves. Sometimes we want to give the business away because we're serving the greater good. We're serving the person rather than us trying to, I want to do this myself, or I want to make all the money. You know what? There is some money that's worth leaving on the table. That's a quote from Beverly Cummings. There's some money that's worth leaving on the table. Now, I threw a plethora out there. So now I'm going to leave it to Robin and Pamela. What are your thoughts when it comes to the relationships, building the relationships as it relates to clarity when you're coming in the room? I know that was a lot, but I know you two ladies can handle it. So the cast, go right ahead, cast, share with it. Go for it. Either one of you. I don't care.
You want to go first?
Sure. So first and foremost relationships are huge, because I tell everyone we cannot do this all by ourselves. Only look at Bill Gates, look at even Brent. Look, she has a team. So having the team, having the connection, clarity, and where you're going to is huge. If you come in the room and you don't know where you're going to, or as they say, you don't see your elephant, then you need to step back for a moment, get focused, get clear, and get motivated.
Hello. Wait a minute. If you don't see your elephant in the room, okay.
Well, you know, some people go in blindfolded. Let's be
Okay,
honest.
that's different. That is very different. Okay. I have never heard anybody refer to it if you don't see your elephant in the room, but it's a good point. Okay, it is a good point. I got you. Okay.
So I went to a conference.
I am sitting here
lady,
lost my train of thought.
I will take that one. You are asked or you're hearing from the cast of E3 Power Up. We have some powerful women that are going to be with us on next week. It is only a week away. We have Pamela Stone, who is flying in from Ohio. We have Robin Tennille, who we thought was going to fly in, who has decided instead to take a road trip. So she's starting out on Thursday so that she can be with us. We have Dr. Letitia Wright, who is flying in from California. We have Deidre Sims, who is flying in from California. Of course, we have our locals. Regina Jones-Jenkins is going to be with us locally from Boston. We have Chef Tina Smith from Journeys. That's JOURNEEZ''S is going to be providing incredible food. We have Cecilia Bardelis, who is from CB Unlimited Tax Consulting Services. She is our #1 sponsor. Honored to have her with us. We also have Veronica Robles from VEROC, which is Veronica Robles Cultural Center, who is also one of our collaborators. We have Linda Davis from Cruise, Fly, and Go Travel, another collaborator who's going to be with us. So we've got a team surrounding us to make this happen for you. I just want to give you a quick rundown on what these ladies are going to be doing. And also, I want to share with you just a little bit about the agenda. We're doing a short broadcast today because we are going to be live come next week. Huge come next week. But Robin is, I want to share with you that our Platinum Wealth Warrior Ambassador, Robin Tennille, is exactly what she said she's going to be. She is going to be orchestrating. She is working with every person in the room. So when we say she's going to be doing a 360, oh, she is going to be doing 360 degrees for sure.
Yes, I am.
Get into the room. When you get into the room, one of the first people, in fact, before you even get into the room, one of the first people that you're going to meet is going to be our Wealth Warrior Media Ambassador, and that is Pamela Stone. She is going to be interviewing you. She is going to be asking you some questions about you, your business, why you're here. And so you are going to get to meet her, and you're going to be working directly with her. When you get to the table, registration tables, you're going to meet Regina Jones-Jenkins. You are also going to meet Carmen Ortiz. You are going to meet Monique. Oh my goodness, Monique Alessandro. No, and I'm not saying that correctly. I apologize, Monique. Please forgive me. I will not do that again like that. Alvarado, yes, thank you. Monique Alvarado, you'll be meeting her. And you are going to let me give you the quick rundown so that you know and about where we can invest our money. Now, not financial planning, that's not what's going on. What we're going to talk about is companies that are right here in Massachusetts, publicly traded companies that actually have clubs within their companies that you can invest in. They have projects that are going on. There's a building to be built. What these folks are doing is they are actually making it available for you to invest and get dividends. You get to pick the style and format in which you want to do business. So, for example, you might want to invest for a year, 7 years, 10 years. You can do that with these companies that are publicly traded right here in Massachusetts. Code has been cracked so that, ladies, you will be able to grow your businesses Saturday, next Saturday, 7 days from now. Also, we're going to be talking about listening to sell. Are we listening so that we know what to sell? You know, we said we came into the room as one thing. We're listening to people, we're cultivating relationships, and maybe that's not what we end up doing. So we come in as one, like a caterpillar, and we metamorphose into a butterfly. How about that? Business celebrity. Would you like to come in the room and people know you because of, oh, that's Pamela Steiner mind. A business celebrity. From a business celebrity is extraordinary. Robin, how would you feel about being a business celebrity and people viewing you that way? You walk in the room and they know who you are for the business you own.
That would be exciting.
Wouldn't it
walk
be
in the room? I walk in the room, smile, like, oh, yeah.
That would be the bomb ditty. Pamela, how would it be for you to walk in a room and everybody know your business before they even hear your name?
Oh my goodness, that would be the bomb diggity. That would be awesome.
You know, I remember once. Here was the funny one. A woman says, "Oh, I know who you are," and I said, "Really?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "I saw you when I was in California last week, and I saw you." And I went, Come to find out, she thought I was Dr. Wright. I was like, well, actually, I was in California, but that was about a month ago. And ultimately, she ends up saying, "You're Dr. Wright." Okay, well, you know what? No, I'm affiliated with her, but I wasn't Dr. Wright. But Dr. Wright actually has the business celeb so that people know who she is when she walks in a room. Hello, business celebrity. Dr. Wright is going to be sharing that with us on Saturday. So far, we've had investing. We've cracked the code to sell, and we've got business celebrity. There's one final one, but before I share that, let me say hello, Yvonne Jones. You found me. Thank you. Debbie Allen, you found me. I'll tell you, people will find you. When you go live, they will find you. Thank you for being with me, especially since we had some challenges this morning, but we made it happen. I'll tell you, the chicken is at the meal, but the pig is committed to you. Now, here's the deal. We've got two other pieces. Or wait a minute. Or as Pamela said, the elephant is in the room. Okay, we pulled up the carpet. We found her. She's here. We are going to honor some people. We are going to have an award ceremony right in the conference because there are some amazing people that have caused this to come about, and we want to acknowledge them. People that don't even realize that they're going to be acknowledged. They're going to be sitting in the room. We're going to acknowledge them. And then we're going to put a bow on it. We're going to put on a bow on it with something called an MSPP. And I got to tell you, more people have said, "Brent, what does an MSPP stand for?" Until you get there. You got to be in the room. Besides, if we gave you everything right now, you wouldn't show up. And Pamela would have come in, Robin would have come in, and there'd have been an empty room. No. We're not having empty rooms. I want to share with you that there is still time for you to get a ticket to this event. www.E3PowerUp2017.com. As you're coming to Boston, Pamela, tell us a little bit about what you want to see or what you want to have happen for you while you're here.
honestly, I want to network with other women, as well as I want to learn how I can take my business to the next level. So that's what I'm really excited about, is that, and then I get to the interviewing, the VIP guests is the ultimate. I'm so excited. I get to interview them, so I'm really looking forward to that piece too.
Awesome, awesome. So you get to be a reporter.
Absolutely.
I like that. So we got a reporter in the house. Tell me something. Oh my goodness. Tell me something. Robin, what is it that you want to see happen, or what is it that you what are you planning for when you get here?
Well, first of all, I'm just looking forward to everyone rubbing elbows, talking, networking, and helping helping other people connect with each other. And I'm really interested in learning about that investing. I really want.
We had some challenges today with me saying the pig is committed, she no matter what. Having found out at 10 o'clock last night that I was going to be. Did you hear a little bit of what you said, Robin? It got a little bit jammed up. We got the. Okay, she says, Brent, I'm busting through this. I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah, I'm really interested in hearing about investing. Yes.
Got you. Okay, more about women investing. Okay, yes. I will tell you that what we got from Pam is Pamela said that, hey, I get to interview people. One of the things, when you are the person that does the interviewing, you get to meet everybody. You get to see them on a different perspective. You get to have a different touch. So that is something that is going to be happening. Robin said, hey, I want to know about the money. I want to understand where I can invest and how I can invest. Because you know what, ladies? We work extremely hard with the things that we do. We need to be investing so that we can sit back. A year from now, wouldn't it be phenomenal if you could be hearing this broadcast while you are in the Mediterranean, while you are maybe over in Dubai? You could be hearing about this. It would be pretty daggone exciting, wouldn't it? To be able to live that life because you've orchestrated it right now. With that being said, we are going to call it a wrap. We are going to see you next week at E3PowerUP2017. It is 2017. We are going to see you. I'll tell you what, it's exciting in Massachusetts right now. We've got so many things going on, and I am pleased to say that we hit it in September so that you get a pow, pow, pow. Next week, it's going to be E3 Power Up. The week after, it's going to be Inbound. December, it's going to be another conference. We get to be the start in September, and I am so pleased about that. Some final words from you. Go ahead, Robin. Give us some of your final words, and then Pamela follow up with that.
All right, 7-day countdown. I'm so looking forward to getting everyone. It's going to be an amazing event. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Get your ticket.
Hello, I like that. Pamela, give us your closing words.
Ladies, anybody out there that's questioning or even doubting you should come, you need to get a ticket. There's going to be so many people out there. You'll be surrounded. Your tribe is going to be in that room. So grab your ticket and meet us there.
So grab your ticket and we will see you on the 30th. I want to thank my cast, crew, tribe, team. You all are absolutely unequivocally amazing. Nothing happens without a tribe or a team. And it is going to be my pleasure. I'll be meeting Robin for the very first time. Pamela, I have had the pleasure of seeing her. We've seen each other last year for the first one. And Robin and Regina, I see often. I will get all of these folks together. We'll all meet each other. It's going to be a party within a party. And you all, everybody is cordially invited to grab your ticket and join us. Until next week, thank you very much for being with us. Go out today and be absolutely amazing. And we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye now, ladies.
Bye.